Okay, so have you ever sat in front of your screen for hours trying to come up with a solution, but nothing comes, and your mind feels blank, the creativity gone, the pressure rising, and the clock still ticking? So let me ask you this. Are you stuck in a creative rut that feels like a dead end? Have your ideas lost their spark, and no amount of brainstorming seems to help? Well, if you do say yes to these questions, well, good news, you are not alone. But here's where it gets very interesting. What if there's a solution and that's not based on your logic? What if the breakthrough isn't in try harder? And what if the answer is in these metaphysical tools called I Ching, or I Ching, or I Ching? So stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll see how I Ching or I Ching is not just an ancient oracle, but a living tool for modern day creative genius. And why understanding Yi, Yang, and the 64 hexagrams can reignite your problem-solving superpowers, and how you can apply these timeless wisdom today to shift from stuck to unstoppable. Okay? So before we dive in, just do me a favor if you can. Hit the like button, click subscribe if you haven't done it, and share this video with a friend or colleague who's been banging their head against the wall trying to think outside the box. Okay? So, because sometimes the most powerful tools are the ones hidden in plain sight, isn't it? Okay, so with that said, let's begin. I Ching, or I Ching, is also known as the Book of Changes, and it is one of the oldest books in existence. Well, over 3,000 years old, by the way. It's used by the emperors, military strategists, inventors, and visionaries throughout the Chinese history. But what is it exactly? So on surface, it is what we call divination system, divine power, a way to gain guidance where you're stuck between choices. But on a deeper level, it is a philosophy of changes. It doesn't predict the future like fortune teller, don't get me wrong, and it guides you to understand the energy of the present, so you can make better decisions aligned with the flow of life. Now, here's where it gets interesting for you as a creative or problem solver. Okay, are you ready for this? So, creativity thrives on patterns, on breaking limits, on shifting perspectives, isn't it? And that's exactly what I Ching gives you. It shows you where you are energetically, what tensions are rising, and what's emerging, and most importantly, what your next move should be. So how does this work, by the way? So at the heart of the I Ching are the 64 hexagrams, which is the 6 line figures made up of the broken lines and unbroken lines. So a broken line represents yin, which is passive, receptive, and yielding. An unbroken line represents yang, active, assertive, and creative. So every hexagram is a unique combination of the yin and the yang, and each one tells a different story. So some hexagrams describe rising potential, and others describe retreat, obstacles, or breakthrough moments. And each one represents a stage in the cycle of change. And here's what I love about I Ching. It doesn't say yes or no, contrary to the public opinion, because it only says, listen to this, this is the energy of your situation. So now, how would you respond? So you interact with I Ching using a very simple ritual. Either you toss 3 coins 6 times, or using traditional yarrow sticks or yarrow stalks to generate your hexagram. Sounds mystical, right? Yeah, I understand that, but also logical because it activates your subconscious. It's not about chance, it's about tapping into the deeper rhythms you're already feeling but can't quite name. So let me give you an example, okay? Let's say you're leading a creative team and you hit the roadblock on product launch. So what you do? Well, you consult the I Ching and receive hexagram 24, which is known as return. And this tells you the energy now is about going back to your roots. So revisit the original intention, strip away the complexity, get simple again, and boom, that's your creative breakthrough. So shall I give you another example? Okay? Well, you're trying to choose between two career paths. You'll toss the coins and you get hexagram number 3, which is called difficulty at the beginning. So what does it tell you? So the path is worth pursuing, but you will be hard at first. There's growth, but you need guidance and patience. So you don't back off, you prepare. So now can you see how applicable it is? It's like having a mentor that doesn't give you advice, but reflects your own inner wisdom back to you in metaphor, in movement, in truth. So let's take a moment to reflect. What's the decision you are stuck on right now? What creative challenge feels like a wall? Write it down first. Later, after this video, I'll show you how to ask I Ching and interpret what it says. Okay? But before we get there, let's zoom in on how you decode the message. So basically, each hexagram has a base meaning, or 6 changing lines. The lines give additional insight based on your situation. So for example, line 2 might say, advance with a companion brings benefit. And that could mean collaboration is the key to unlocking your idea. Or it might be line 5 that says, wait patiently. Timing is not right yet. So that's a green light to pause, not quit. So you see it's very incredibly nuanced, but surprisingly practical. So the themes like waiting versus acting, leading versus supporting, expanding versus conserving, and trusting versus questioning. And all of them help you tap into the creative rhythm of your life. Okay, so now let's talk about application of I Ching. How do you use the I Ching for creative problem solving? So there are 3-step process. You may want to write this down or pause the video as we go along. Step number 1, frame your question properly. This is very important process because don't ask things like, will this succeed? Instead, you ask, what energy is present in this situation? Or perhaps, what guidance does the I Ching offer for this idea? Okay? So frame your question properly, which is the most important step from my experience. Number 2, cast the hexagram. Well, of course, you can use coins, the 3 coins, right? And nowadays, you've got a lot of apps that allow you to plot the chart. You can do that too. So you get the 6 lines by using coins or app. So read the meaning on the any changing lines. Okay? So step number 3 is to extract insights and translate into action. Now this is the key part also, because there's no right or wrong answer on I Ching. It's really based on your intuition and experience. But here's where you play. You're not looking for the answers, right or wrong as I said. You're looking for perspective. Make meaning out of that. Okay? So again, let me give you an example here. Let's say you get hexagram number 39, which is called obstruction. And this might be a signal to take different routes or to pause to reflect. On the other hand, if you get hexagram number 1, which is the creative, that's pure yang. I mean, that's go time. So you see, I've worked with entrepreneurs, designers, even engineers who use I Ching before launches, during the team conflicts, or when ideas feel stale. It's not about superstition, okay? Once again, it's not about superstition. It's about reflection. It's about clarity and alignment with natural timing. So one client who is a tech founder was debating between 2 prototype directions, and he asked the I Ching and received hexagram number 17, which is called following. So basically it told him to stop pushing for innovation for his own sake. Instead, follow the users. And he listened. User feedback led to simpler feature, and that became the company's breakthrough. So that's my challenge to you after you listen to so many examples. I would love that you test it out, ask a real question, sit with the response, do not analyze it, but feel into it. and see what rises. You see, I Ching isn't there to replace your thinking. Again, don't have this intention. It's here to expand it. Because creativity isn't about logic, it's about flow. Creativity isn't about logic, it's about flow. And when you learn to dance with change on its terms, you tap into creative genius beyond your mind. So as we are towards the end of this video, I want you to take this in. Number one, I Ching is not about prediction, it's about participation. Number two, it's not mystical advice. It is coded insight from centuries of wisdom, which is still relevant today. And you can actually use I Ching for these things. Number one, make better creative decisions. Number two, tune into timing. Number three, break through mental blocks. And lastly, access deeper levels of clarity and confidence. So you see, the ancient sages called I Ching the book of changes, because the change is the only constant. And how about creativity? It is born in the heart of change. So go explore it after you have watched this video. If you want help interpreting a hexagram or want me to break down one for a business idea or relationship, do drop a comment below. I may feature it in my upcoming episode if you think it's worthwhile. And if you haven't already, do once again like this video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't done it, and share this video with someone who's been second guessing their own creative path. Because the answers aren't always found by thinking harder. Most people thought that, okay, think harder, I'll get the answer. That's why some people got stuck for that reason. Because sometimes the answers find you when you listen deeper to your inner wisdom. Okay, so thanks for watching the video. I'm Jack Wong, the Destiny Architect in this video, and this is how the ancient I Ching lights the way forwards for modern creators. Okay, thanks for watching and see you next time. Bye.